Hey basketball coaches and basketball players, my name is Alan from Al's Basketball Training, and today I'm going to show you some of my favorite, most fun basketball shooting drills that you can run with your basketball team. Let's get down to the clipboard, let's check these out, but first really quickly hit that like button, subscribe, and also go check out my defense books in the link in the description below. You're going to love them like many other coaches have. Anyways, let's get down to the clipboard. So in my books, a fun drill is a competitive drill. So what we're going to start with is 2 lines, and we can start from anywhere on the court. We can say that we're mirroring the other team. So they can start at the elbow, they can start at the 3-point line. It's really up to you as a coach. Now, once they get to their lines, they're going to start shooting the ball. Now, we can say they have a 60-second timer or maybe a minute and 30-second timer or whatever it may be, and whichever team makes the most amount of shots wins. So let's say the red team got 14 shots in a minute versus the blue team who got 12 shots in a minute. So now they can pick what I like to call torture for that team. So that could be 12 sit-ups, that could be 12 push-ups, that could be 12 half lengths of the court. It could be anything, 12 of whatever, because they scored 12 and they scored 14, so they won, but they scored 12. So this is a great way for a team to really look at it and say, wow, we're going to really kill them, and if they get like 41 and this team gets 40, then they got to do something like 40 push-ups, which the longer the time limit is, the more of a torture it is to the losing team, so they're going to really want to push to win. It's really competitive. Believe me, it gets really competitive. Now, to cut down on cheating, because some teams will try and cheat, have the whole team, if they score a basket, they need to count out loud. That way, there's no confusion as to who makes what. And that's a really fun game in all by itself. But this next game is a ton of fun as well. This next game, if you've got 12 players, you might want to have at least 6 nets, which generally speaking, most basketball courts have because they've got 2 side nets on either side, and then the end nets, and that makes 6. And this next drill is a ton of fun. Again, to cut down on cheating, you got to make sure that the players are counting out loud, and well, if you want, you could have them write down on a piece of paper or whatever how many shots they made. Let's get down to the clipboard. I'll show you what I mean. Okay, so what we're going to have is player 1, he is going to pass out to player 1 blue, and he is going to try and contest that shot. Player 1 blue is going to take that shot, and player 1 is going to get that rebound. So what player 1 red is trying to do, he is trying to contest that shot. He is actually trying to block the shot. But remember, by blocking the shot, that does not mean jumping up in the air and fouling the shooting player. We want to contest the shot by taking small steps out towards the defense or out towards the shooter, and then having our hand up. And if the player shoots, which we already know he will, then that defending player can take a hop or a jump to try and block that shot. If you want, and you've got some really quick defensive players, you can say this offensive player can take 1 dribble left or right, and that is it. And so that way we can go contest, shot, rebound, back, shot, and that's one way. Now, another way of doing this as well is, instead of having one player shooting all at the same time and then waiting a couple of seconds and then he's going to be the defense and player 1 is going to be the offensive player, what you're going to have at that point in time is players relaxing, saying, well, I've just hit 12 shots. If I rebound slowly and make him only able to take 10 shots, then I've won. So there's ways of cheating as players. So what I like to do instead, after they started doing that with the teams that I coached, is player 1 passes, he contests, player 1 red takes that shot, he goes and gets that rebound. Player 1 blue is then the shooter, and we keep on alternating. and making sure that the players say how many shots that they made. 1, perfect, go get the rebound, pass it out. But how I like to stack it as well is if you get a block, if that means that if you got a block, you get an extra point. So even though he shot the ball, and obviously he missed because you blocked the ball, that means that you get the point because you blocked the shot. Now, another way of doing this as well is when you pass the ball out, if that player hits the shot, he gets a +1. If he gets blocked, the other team or the other player gets a point. And then if he misses his shot, it's a -1. And then vice versa, the other player, same rule. If when he makes a shot, it's +1. If he misses a shot, it's -1. And if he gets blocked, there's no hits, makes, or misses when it comes to the points. There's no negative or pluses, but the other player does get the point. Anyways, these are 2 really great drills that you can run. This 3rd drill, however, is going to be a ton of fun with your team as well. So this is a drill that you can run with younger teams. So if you're coaching a team that's like 10 and under, or maybe even 11 and under, you could do this drill. This is a great drill. We used to run this when I was a YMCA basketball instructor way back in the day. But what we have is players who are numbered out, the same numbers on either team. Now, what you can do is say, okay, 1s go. So that means that the 2-1 players are going to run up, they're going to grab a basketball, and they're going to go in and try and take that shot. Let's say player 1 red makes that shot first. This team gets a point. And then the basketballs get sent back, coaches take it back, or whoever, it doesn't matter. And then, if you want, you can even have, let's say, multiple players. So you can say player 1s and 5s go at the same time. Then you can set up different strategies to maybe try and score a little bit easier as well. And you can go, either team gets a ball, or how I like to run it in the half court is only having 1 basketball instead, and then calling out multiple players. So you could say, hey, 5s and 3s go. And let's say this team got that ball, then it's going to be 2-on-2. And that's another great shooting drill as well, because now it's getting in-game actions, and it's a ton of fun, especially at the younger age group. The kids really love this drill. Anyways, I hope that you have enjoyed today's video. If you have, hit that like button, subscribe. I hope that these drills help your team get better, but also have a ton of fun. And I'll see you guys again later on today for the 2nd video of the day.